What's up, everyone? Welcome to another mini episode of Down Once More. Just Matt this week. Hopefully, you all enjoyed our extended random episode last week with our Deserted Island Disney characters draft. If you haven't already, go watch it. Let us know on that video what Disney characters you would like to be stranded on a deserted island with. For those of you who paid attention and read the and watched on YouTube, read the text messages inserted, I did specify in both of my messages that it was to be an animated Disney characters draft. But to be fair, Rayleigh never did acknowledge it, and in her text never said animated. So her Jack Sparrow and Mary Poppins picks will slide. I apologize in advance. I have been sick the past 5 days, fighting death for a couple days in there, but we're pulling through. But I still have insane congestion and cough and don't have much of a voice. So bear with me. It might not be one of the best episodes ever, but I'm going to do my best for you. That's why I do this. Give you guys something to look forward to or to hate listen to each week. It'll be a short mini episode. Don't have a whole bunch on the docket today. I will do football season is in full swing, and not sure where Venn diagram lies of musical and people with a sense of humor and sports aficionados. But football season is in full swing. I'm a big fantasy football player. And when I say that, I do multiple leagues, but I'm a very casual fantasy football player. I don't do the research, but I still get irrationally angry when these players have the audacity to get hurt and for it to happen either in the middle of the game or after I've already set my lineup. It's rude. It's rude. I'm recording this on Monday night, and someone that I had on my lineup for tonight is now hurt, and now I'm just fucked. So my football team, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, finally won a football game this year, so that is a plus. We're going to enjoy it. It doesn't matter that it was a MAC team. We scored a lot of points, and now because Nebraska fans can't enjoy happiness for very long, our two starting running backs are now out for the year. So that's fun. That was your sports segment of Down Once More pod, where you all come here to listen for. In musical news, I don't have any updates in musical news. Oh, Michael Mott announced a musical short film that is making it into a film festival. So that is exciting. If you've been listening to this much, you know I am a big Michael Mott fan. In the Light is one of my favorite musical albums, and I really hope it gets produced someday and turned into a full musical. The new movie musical short, it's called Riding Out the Storm. He did not give many details on it, but he announced it and on his Twitter that they officially got into the New York Shorts International Film Festival in October. So shout out Michael Mott in that. He has not put out any music from it yet, so I'll be excited to hear some of that and be watching for that when it comes out. Okay, next main meat of this mini episode, and we're going to be lucky if we crack 15 minutes with this one. A few weeks ago, I did my Fox channel power rankings, kind of. Power rankings is the wrong term for it, but I gave what I felt like are the best series that Fox has. I gave 2 dramas and 2 comedies, and then one that I feel like is underappreciated or underrated in each of those categories. So I decided for this week, I was going to go with ABC. Now, I wanted to pick more modern TV shows with this. ABC has a lot of the classics like Full House, Happy Days, things like that. That's not I enjoyed those when they were, but that's not Home Improvement and everything. But I'm not gonna pick those now. So I was going through it and I was looking at all the series they've produced that have aired on that network, and I came to realize I just don't watch ABC dramas. Like, I just don't. There's ones that, in theory, I should like and should have watched, but I haven't, like Lost. I think when I would have, I was watching other things and I wasn't watching that type of thing when it aired. And then after the fact, I haven't gone back to it. And I need to. I've heard it's great. And then, like, Designated Survivor, I heard was decent. Never watched it. And so I could not come up with 2 dramas on ABC that I would recommend. So I'm going to just broaden this. And so what I ended up doing on those is I did 4 picks, 2 underrated ones. I am going to do just a total of 5 series for ABC. I'm going to do 4 picks and then an underrated one. So it's going to be primarily comedies with a drama thrown in there. Literally 1 drama. I'm going to start it out with the 1 drama, which is also, it's a dramedy. It's got a lot of comedy aspects, and that's going to be Castle. Nathan Fillion in it as Castle, who's a mystery writer who ends up getting looped into police investigations, NYPD, and starts having a little flirty banter with Beckett, the police detective there, played by the actress who I cannot remember her name because it is Stana Katic. She plays Kate Beckett. And just a real fun series. Has some good intense moments to it, some good mysteries. It has a through arc that carries throughout the season, but there's a mystery, a crime they're solving every week too. So while it helps to watch week to week, you can pick it up here and there and still enjoy it. Has a really fun cast. Nathan Fillion shines, and he's definitely the standout here. This was the main series where I first really came to fall in love with his character and him as an actor. I've seen him in, like, he was in the show Firefly, which ran for 1 season, and then it was scrapped and has become a cult classic. They even came out with the movie Serenity after the fact. But that was, I believe, Fox originally, and they were just kind of screwed overall with it. Like, they aired the episodes out of order when it was first released on TV, and all sorts of things like that. That was screwed, but it was like a space Western, and it was really cool. But anyways, that's what a lot of people first came to know Nathan Fillion and fell in love with him. Mine was Castle. That may be incorrect. Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog may have come before Castle, but he has great comedic timing, line delivery. He also does the serious aspects of the character and the role very well. But this series, I believe it ran 8 seasons. It did run 8 seasons, and it's pretty consistent and solid throughout. I had a lot of fun with it. I binged it. I started a rewatch a while ago and then got distracted with something else, so I need to go back and continue that rewatch. But it is airing on Hulu now, so Castle, that's my first ABC TV series pick. Next up is going to be Modern Family. Modern Family is one of the best, like, modern comedies I believe that we have going. It really leans into the kind of almost like documentary style that I feel like The Office kind of popularized, where you have the talking head segments and everything going on with that. And I'm trying to remember, I don't think it ever explained who was constantly filming this family in Modern Family or what's going on with it. But it's fantastic. A lot of fun throughout it. It is airing. It ran 11 seasons. It is airing on Hulu. You can stream it there. But Julie Bowen, Ty Burrell, Sofia Vergara, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, Eric Stone Street, Sarah Hyland, all that fun stuff. They're great in it. Sarah Hyland, really good in Modern Family. Really bad as the Love Island USA host, in my opinion anyways. Engaged to Wells Adams, who is the Bachelor in Paradise bartender. So there's a fun fact for you if you didn't already know. But if you didn't, what kind of reality fan are you? I mean, come on. Modern Family is one I need to go back and do a rewatch of. I've only watched through the entire series once. I was late to the party on it. Like, I started watching Modern Family after the series was already completed. But when I did, I binged it quick. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great series. Highly recommend. So, we got Castle. We got Modern Family. Next up is going to be Gallivant. Gallivant, it was interchangeable with another one on my underrated picks. I've talked about Gallivant on here before. It is a musical series. It only ran 2 seasons. It is streaming on Hulu, so you can find it there. It was created by, I want to say there was someone... Just don't listen to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. For some reason, I was going to try to accredit it to Mel Brooks, which is just not the case, but I don't know where I would have gotten that. I'm looking at the writers and directors. That's why you do research before you start recording people. So don't listen to me. But it's a musical comedy set in, I don't know if it's technically Renaissance periods. It's got knights in it. It reminds me of like Robin Hood Men in Tights, like kind of gives that same vibe. It's got really good ratings on IMDb. It's 8.1 out of 10. It ran on ABC. I think when they aired it, kind of heard it. I honestly feel like this show had a hard time finding its audience, but those who found it love it. It's so much fun. It's the main character, Gallivant, is played by Joshua Sass. I was not familiar with him in other things, but also has Timothy Amundsen in it. He plays King Richard, who is kind of the villain of the series throughout it, and he played Lassiter in Psych, which I was very familiar with him from that. It's got Vinnie Jones in it as well, as a knight, kind of, if I remember right, he's the right-hand man of King Richard. Vinnie Jones would recognize from things like Snatch. He's in a lot of the Guy Ritchie movies, those type of things, like intimidating British guy. He's great in it. Mallory Jansen's great in it. It's a really fun cast, really fun premise. The songs are insanely catchy, especially the theme song. And I wish it would have got more seasons. I was kind of hoping when streaming started taking off, it would get a resurgence on like Hulu or even Disney Plus, and they would revive it. The cast has Timothy Amundsen, anyways, has tweeted things about it. He suffered a stroke a few years ago. At this point, it was probably like 5+ years ago, but he's recovered. He started acting again. He showed up in the last couple Psych movies as well. I was a big Timothy Amundsen fan. He was so good as Lassiter in Psych, and he's so good as King Richard in Gallivant. So if you haven't checked out Gallivant and you listen to this podcast, what the fuck are you doing? It is 18 episodes. They're each like 20 minutes. You can binge that so quickly. It's a lot of fun. Go check it out. Gallivant. That was my third pick. My fourth pick is going to be Scrubs. Scrubs is one, I'll be honest, I have not watched it all the way through. I don't know that I've ever even started it from the beginning. When I picked it up, it was when it was already off the air, and it was airing on Comedy Central all the time, so I'd catch episodes there as it aired, and I've enjoyed every episode I've watched, and I need to go back and do like a proper watch through of Scrubs. But it's just fun. I feel like the only thing that may ruin it now is Zach Braff and Donald Faison being in all those fucking T-Mobile commercials of them singing the "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning." I don't remember what they changed the words to, but that might make me hate that pairing. But in the context of Scrubs, they are great as JD and why I'm blanking on his character's name. Turk. I was looking on IMDb, and the beginning just says Dr. Christopher, and I'm like, I know that's not his fucking name in this. What is it? And it's Turk. I don't know why it starts with Dr. Christopher. And then it like carries off. And if you're familiar with IMDb at all, if you then click on the actor's name, it goes to their entire separate page. You can't just expand the fucking character name. Whatever. Rant on IMDb. Scrubs. All of those seasons are streaming on Hulu. It had a whole grand total of how many seasons did it run for? Nine seasons, all on Hulu. You can check it out there, stream it. Really fun series. I feel like I said, I lose some credibility because I'm like, I haven't watched every episode yet. But all the seasons I've seen, the later seasons where it brings in, I think it only ran one season where it had like Dave Franco and everything. Let's see, was that one season or two? Yeah, it was just one season. They tried to like revive it and bring it back. That season was rough. I think that one I did start watching it as it aired. That I did not love. But, and that was season 9. Season 1 through 8, good, fun, party. But maybe it was 7. I don't remember. The Dave Franco one, didn't love as much. Other ones, good. Scrubs, good. That's my 4th ABC pick. And now we're going to go to what I feel like is an underrated series. I discovered it on Netflix after the fact, and I feel like I've heard people talk about it in passing, and usually with a certain amount of fondness. And that's going to be Better Off Ted. So this show has the biggest name from it is going to be Portia de Rossi, Ellen's wife. It also has Jay Harrington, who plays the lead character of Ted. People work at a science-based company, is how it's listed in the IMDb description. In an amoral science-based company, a manager tries to keep control of his scientists while being pressured by his shrewd boss. But it's quirky. It has a fun cast, fun premise. It only ran 2 seasons. There's only 26 episodes of it. It's on Hulu. I feel like this should have ran a lot longer than it did, kind of like Gallivant. I don't know if it was just when it aired, if it just had a hard time finding its right, like, target audience. But Better Off Ted feels like it should get more love than it does. That's my underrated pick. So, to cap it out, we have Castle, we have Modern Family, we have Gallivant, we have Scrubs, and I want to 5 fingers up already. It's just started there. And the underrated pick is Better Off Ted. Those are the ABC series that I enjoy most and I recommend. And that's going to do it for this mini episode. It was a quick hitter this week. Hope you enjoyed. Not sure what the plan for the next mini episode are. Next week is the last 5 years review. If I get it edited, which I will. I always come through. Don't worry about it. The last 5 years coming up next Wednesday, the 27th. You can stream that for free with ads on Freevee, YouTube, Amazon Prime, all that fun stuff. You can also rent it, Vudu, Google Play, Apple, all that fun stuff where you do rentals of digital things. It is not fully streaming without ads anywhere except Broadway HD, which Broadway HD is a ripoff, which pains me to say. Their just interface to watch on TV is not good. Like, smart TVs don't have the apps. I don't know, maybe the Prime Kindle stick, or I think technically you can do Broadway HD as an add-on to Amazon Prime, so that might be a workaround. But if you buy a separate Broadway HD subscription, not through Amazon Prime, it sucks and it's not user-friendly. Don't recommend that. But that's going to do it. Watch the last 5 years before I review this next week, and don't forget to go down once more. Later.